Welcome to my studio today. So we're on the reformer. We've got a full body flow, but this is going to be a twisting flow. It was inspired by the fact that I kind of threw my ribs out the other day, lifting my baby up. And it was because I wasn't doing as much of my practice the days before. And if I don't really move my back in all the planes of motions, I just feel like I can be a little bit tighter and not as nimble for those situations when I lift and do some awkward twist. And that goes for everyone. If you're sitting at a desk and you're not moving and you're kind of stuck, it's really good to move the body in all kinds of directions. So we're going to do that today. So we're going to start in our mermaid stretch. So take your legs up to Z-sit position. I have one red spring. My hand is on the bar, shins against the shoulder blocks, pressing out, taking that nice side bend all the way over and then bringing myself up. And now grabbing onto the shoulder block, side bending the other way. Feels so good down in that low back and the side of that hip, and take it again. Sweeping up and over. Now twist, top hand on the bottom hand. Pressing yourself out gives you that nice mid-thoracic stretch, and then bringing it up and other side. Grabbing on and then take a nice twist, getting that stretch, feels so good in that low back. Bringing yourself up, this time twist, one hand on either side going into the swan. So reaching all the way out long and then sweep the chest up, lifting nice and high. I realize my hair is gonna be in my face today. Reaching it out long. And then sweep the chest up, really opening through the sternum, trying to lift high. And again, one more time, press it out. And then really lifting up through that chest, being mindful not just to bend the neck. Lengthen and bring yourself back. So we're just gonna swing around to the other side. You'll see my back while I do this one, bringing the legs up. Hand is onto the bar, press it out, side bend all the way over. I'm trying to really lift up and out of that waist and bring it back. And then grab onto the shoulder block, stretch it over, reach, and come back, hand down. Side bend right into that twist, top hand on the bottom hand, pressing it out, getting that length and hold. Bring yourself up. Grab on. If you find you get a little crampy in this position, just scoot it out a little bit. Reach and twist, get that stretch. And now we're going to take both hands, one on either side, lengthening the back on the way out. And then sweeping the chest up and lift on the way in. And again, lengthening the back, go out. And then sweeping the chest up. And lift one more time, lengthen, go out. And sweep the chest up, lift, and good, bringing yourself back. So we're gonna rotate all the way around to face the back mirror, kind of warming up the core. I've taken the headrest down. I'm gonna stretch my legs over. You have two options. You can either place your feet one beside another, or you can stack them on top, depending on how that feels. Taking the fist, scoop the belly, roll back. Just make sure you have like a hand's distance so you don't feel like you're gonna fall off the machine. And then slowly come up and lengthen. And again, exhale, scoop, roll back, and inhale, lengthen. So feeling that breath, feeling that belly, scoop. Now we're gonna add a circle. So you're gonna take it to the side, scoop, pull it back, circle around and up. Now take it other direction, over. Scoop, roll back, around and up, and repeat, over. Scoop, roll back and up, one more, over. Scoop, roll back all the way up. Good. Now grabbing onto the ropes. I'm gonna plant my feet onto the headrest. Arms are out. Repeat the roll down, really getting into that C curve. So I'm just gonna go about halfway back till I feel like my low back has touched, and then curl myself up, lengthen through the spine. So you're definitely getting some core work, but you're also really manipulating that spine, going down. And then slowly curl up and lengthen. Taking my right leg off. Extend the leg out as I go down. And I'm gonna lift the leg up like a half teaser hold. And again, curl down. Lift up, half teaser hold. Rest the foot, other side, leg off. Extend, go down. And then lift, half teaser, hold. And again, extend, reach long in two directions. Half teaser, hold, and rest. You may want to just scoot in a touch for the next one so you feel like just safety-wise you have a little room behind you. Bring the legs up, hold. I'm only going to go a tiny in and out today. So it's just a little out and a little in. And again, a little out and a little in. If you want to just hold it here, stay here. If you can go a little bit further, go ahead, but I'm not lowering all the way down. Last one. And out. And in, rest the feet. Good. Rest the straps for just a moment because you're going to come onto your knees. So you can just loosen them, come onto your knees. You're going to be grabbing onto the rope. So a little different today. I'm going to have my feet hooked back on the edge as opposed to my knees against the shoulder blocks. So I'm just staying right here on the buckles or the ropes, pulling back for a chest expansion, hold, and then slowly release. So you really want to think power from the core, connect with the belly. Exhale, pull back. Inhale. I'm trying to lengthen through my spine, lengthen through my arms and the crown of my head. Getting really tall each time I pull back. Good. One more time. Pull back, hold. I'm going to look right, left, center, and release. And now to the left, pull back, hold. This is it. Left, right, center, and release. Cross the straps. The first one is going to be seated back on those heels. I'm going to twist. This is quite hard on me after I threw my back out, but it feels good just to get a little bit of movement. So I'm just taking it easy, easy rotation. You go as far as you can. I'm reaching the opposite hand out to the mirror. So I'm finding that nice rotation, lengthening the opposite arm out. And you can add in that breath if you'd like. So you go exhale. If it feels better, you can just breathe through the nose and just keep twisting. Last one. Back to the center. I'm just going to choke up slightly more on my ropes. And then wide elbows out and in. So feeling into those posture muscles too. Good. 3, 4, 5, almost there, going to 8, 6, 7, last one, 8, and good. Resting those straps down. I'm going to just change my spring to one blue. Quick oblique exercise, getting into that twist. Both knees over to the right side. Shift the weight forward over the hands and then scoop the belly in and out. Good. 8, 7. You can take the inhale on the out, exhale on the in. 6, 5, 4. Keep it in the nose if you find that the breath is too much. Last 2. Last one, and good. Lowering that down. We're going to take it to the other side. So knees go over, shift your weight forward, get that long spine, and then scoop as it comes in, and then lengthen back out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost there, 6, 7, last one, 8, and then lowering back, bringing yourself all the way around. We're on our blue. We're going to come to standing on the reformer. So right here, we're going to take that twist with our feet. So I'm going to have my hands on the bar. I'm going to have my right foot in front of my left foot, and I'm going to lift up into elevate or high heel position. So I'm going to lower down, finding that plank, but my hips are twisted, and then scoop up as I lift. So I'm getting into the obliques, feeling that twist through my hips, and scoop up. One more like that, and then we're going to lower the heels. Reach up, and then scoop up. So now, flatten your feet. Now you're going to go to the knife edge of that right foot. So you're right on the side of the feet, And then I'm using the obliques to pull it back in. And then reach out. Exhale, scoop the belly, come in. One more, reach out. Exhale, scoop the belly, come in, and then back to the center. So now we're gonna take the other side. High heels, left in front of the right. Press yourself out long, and then scoop the tummy up. And again, inhale out long. Exhale, scoop the belly up. And again, inhale long. Exhale, scoop. Rest the feet down. Knife edge of the foot as you go out on the inhale. Exhale, scoop and lift. Good. Out on the inhale. Exhale, scoop and lift. One more. Exhale. And back to the center. So now in the center, we're going to walk our feet into the dead center of the carry chair. On the balls of the feet, press halfway out, and you're just going to take little twists with your knees for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keeping that core in, 2, 1, and pull it in. Take a nice forward fold here, just getting into a little bit of a stretch. Good, and then we're going to rest down into our knees because we're going to be using our arms, so we're going to come on our knees. Center of the reformer, you have a couple options. I like to hang my feet just off the back. If you need to scoot forward and rest your feet down, that's fine. I'm gonna grab onto the strap. The longer loop on my machine is a little easier. If you'd like to make it a touch harder, use the slightly shorter one. You're gonna take a side bend over and bring it up. So just getting into that side bending. 2, and up. 3, 1 more, 4, and up. Now we're gonna twist from side to side. So I'm actually gonna start all the way one direction and then twist to the other corner. 1, just like I'm wringing out my belly. 2, 3, last one, 4, stop when I get to the center. Super strong core. Exhale, twist, and stop, hold. Twist, and stop, hold. Good. And again, twist, last one, twist, back all the way. I'm going to switch right away, other hands. I'm going to use my longer loop to make it a little easier. I'm going to extend and then bring it back across. 1, extend, and 2, out, 3, 1 more, just quick, and 4. Bring it all the way in. We're going to go other side. On the knees, I'm starting with that shorter loop because that's what I did on the other side. Going right into that side bend, reach it over, and then bring it back for 4. Out, and back 3. 2, last. 1, side to side, so corner to corner. Rotate, wringing out my core, and back. 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, stop. I just feel like I need to adjust my knee slightly. Stop right when you get to the center, right in front of your belly button. Exhale, twist, and then bring it to the center. 1. Good, twist. 2, 3, last one. 4, good. Use the long loop if you need a touch lighter, which I would like on my arm right now, for 4. Bringing it across. 3, 2, I think Siri heard me on my phone over there, and 1. Good, rest it down. So resting that down, changing the springs right now. I'm gonna add on 2 reds. So you have 2 reds and a blue. So just 3 springs, and then lay down onto the back. Rolling yourself down, nice and easy, placing your feet onto the bar. My headrest is flat. I'm going right into a nice pelvic press. So really rippling through that spine, curling up, feeling nice and long at the top, and then try to articulate through that back on the way down, 1 vertebrae at a time, like I'm massaging my spine down into the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, scoop the belly. curling up, getting really tall, holding it at the top, and then really articulate through that spine, rolling all the way back down, getting that length at the bottom. Feet come closer together, curling back up. Good. Taking the right knee to tabletop hold, trying to keep the hips steady. I'm going to open my knee and bring it back to the center. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and hold. Taking the leg up to the sky. Try to keep the hips lifted. I'm going to lower and lift. 1, 2, let's do for 5, 3, that left glute is strong. Hips are trying to square. 4, last 1, 5, and rest the foot down. Take the other leg up to tabletop hold. You're going to open and close, feeling that connection. My pelvic floor is working, lifting through my pelvic floor. Each time that knee comes back to the center. And then we're going to do the leg to the sky. Flex and point. Kick it up. 1, flex and point. 2, 3, 4, last 1 for 5. Reach it up, rest the foot, and then really articulate through the spine, getting that nice rippling feeling through the back all the way down. Good. Reach the hands around, grab your pegs, take the legs up to tabletop. Getting into some more twisting, you're going to take it over and bring it back. So you're going to feel those obliques kick in, but also feel a touch of a stretch. So you have to kind of balance it out with control. So obviously if you were just stretching, you could go further, but we have to be able to have the strength to bring it back to the center. So you just want to go as far as you feel like you have that control. 1 more. Now I'm going to add my legs. I'm going to take it over, extend the legs, bring it to the sky, bend to tabletop. Take it over, extend up to the sky, tabletop. Again, take it over, extend up to the sky, bend, and again, take it over, extend, stay up to the sky, really squeeze the heels for your TikTok side to side. Using that core, 2 more. And good, rest that down. Now you can take the stretch, left knee over your right. You can just really rock into that and get that stretch because we're just holding it. Slowly bring yourself back. Keep the same leg. Rock it over. You'll probably feel a little more into the hip or the IT band. And slowly come back. We're going to take the other leg on top, cross it over, rock it over just to wherever feels like you're getting a nice opening through that back. Slowly bringing yourself back. Take it the other way. Maybe feeling a little more in the hip or in the IT band. And then slowly come back and rest. So I'm just going to roll to my side. I'm going to take my one of my reds off. So I have 1 red and 1 blue spring. Or you could do just essentially 2 springs. So a little bit of a non-traditional core exercise here. I'm going to take my feet to Froggy and take my hands together, interlaced like a hammer position. And then I'm going to slowly extend the legs out and then scoop the belly as I pull the knees in. So I'm just really firing up the low belly, but because my arms are here and they're steady and strong, my upper abs are really staying engaged as well. So you're just going to go through that. You're going to find that you have to have a little bit of low back flexibility to pick those hips off, but you also have to have some low belly strength. So just a couple more, finding that scoop. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, scoop and rest it down. We're going to go another thing, but I want you to press out. Let the arms hang open. Feel the shoulder blocks pressing down. Feel even the fingers flexing back slightly. You're going to get a nice forearm wrist stretch. You'll be surprised how tight that is in the forearms. And then slowly bring yourself back interlaced. Now the knees are together. I'm going to bring my knees to my right elbow, extend it straight. Left elbow, extend straight. Good. Right and straight. So I'm getting into that twisting we've been working on, all different ways of doing twists. Whether it's the upper body, the lower body, You'll start to notice sometimes one side is tighter than the other. Keep going. I think one of my sides is tighter, well, because I probably use my phone on that side, and I tend to always want to carry my kids on that side, and so it can be tighter, so I really have to work both sides to bring some evenness back to my back and rest it down. Good. One more time, press back and open it up. Sometimes if you drive a lot, one side's worse. Like, it just depends on what you're doing in your day-to-day life, or maybe you're super even. But I often find with the many years I've had clients, people tend to have one side that's a little more stuck than the other. So now we're gonna take the feet in the strap. So you can hold the loops. You have a couple ways of doing this. You can fold back or you can press out. You're gonna bring the feet to Froggy. Reach it out, and we're just gonna go right into some Froggies just to find that neutral spine before we do our short spine. And then we're gonna do some short spine with some twisting as well. So when you're ready, if you feel comfortable, take the short spine. If not, hamstring stretch. Go all the way up and over, length at the top, bend the knees in, really melt the spine down. Getting nice and long through that back. Slowly bring the heels in and press it out. And again, up and over. I just have a light spring on. I'm not doing this on the heaviest spring possible. Bend it in. Rolling down. Getting that length and pressing it out. So now the feet are going to stay together. Go up and over. Now I'm parallel. Here's my twist. I am not going to use my hands, but this is definitely a place you could if needed. Twist both knees to the right ear. Feel that stretch through the one side of your back. Feels so good. I'm just going to right away twist to the other ear. This side definitely needs it. I can feel, wow, that's so good. Now back to the center. Now I'm going to open to Froggy. Roll down, getting that length through both sides of my back. Feeling that stretch, bringing the heels in, pressing it out. So we're going to take that again. Legs together, up and over. Lift tall at the top. Bend knees into the right. Hold, feel that stretch. Knees to the left. Hold, feel the stretch. Good. Back to the center, and I'm moving into the Froggy, rolling down, just trying to get that length. Feels good, feeling that reach, bring it in, press it out. Just a couple leg circles to flush it out. I feel like leg circles are always everyone's favorite. They just feel so good. I'm just keeping mindful of how big I'm going, meaning that I'm going to keep my butt on the mat. I'm not going to let the straps control me and pull me off. I'm going to keep my core strong and then only make the circle as big as I can go while keeping my back flat. And then I'm going to reverse the direction just a couple times in the reverse. Down. Here you're going to feel more through the inner thighs and circle it around. Down. Circling around. Good. Nice. Keep going. Two more. Last one, circling around, and then bend the knees in. Just hang in this stretch for a moment. It's kind of like a happy baby. I'm keeping my feet together. We'll do happy baby in just a second, but right here, getting that length through the back. Now I'm just gonna hold my ropes for happy baby, or excuse me, my handles, and then pull it down into a happy baby, really pushing my butt down to the ground, and then gently take the straps off and rest. We're not done yet. Rest the straps down, rolling to your side, and then pick yourself up, and we're gonna grab our boxes. So, taking the box a little bit different, I'm gonna lower the foot bar all the way down. I'm gonna change to one red spring only, and then I'm gonna place my box on the front of my reformer. So, it's kind of wedged in between my carriage and then wedged between my foot bar, and my foot bar is higher so it can't shoot off. I'm gonna take my feet into the center of my reformer. I'm gonna press out, find a plank, and then I'm gonna twist as the knees come in. One, twist, and two, twist, and three. Keep going, twist, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8, and rest it down. Take a breath. Now, I'm going to be on my knees, feet flexed against the shoulder blocks. So just press out and in for a second, finding that knee stretch position, scooping through the belly. Now I'm going to add the arm. Inhale, exhale. Good, keep going. If you need to calm the breath down a little bit, that's fine as well. Last one, and then rest. Other side, arm out and in. Out and in, good. Keep going. Last one. And good, rest. Hands are down. Hinge out. Swan, lift through the chest, come in, good. 2. And up. 3. 4. And halfway out, 5. Core strong, down and up for 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring yourself in. So now you're going to take a quick pigeon. Right foot up, left foot back. Oh man, I'm feeling tight. Hold it there. I'm just keeping it a little bit of a smaller pigeon because when it's elevated like this, I really feel it. Now you can either just stay here, or if you feel comfortable, you can add the twist and just breathe. It is going to be a little bit of a deeper pigeon because with this foot elevated, you're definitely going to feel that into the hip. Slowly come back, foot on the box, press out, get that stretch for a moment. Just doing a little flex and point. Bending the knee, coming in. Here's another twist. So my right hand is down. My left arm is sweeping up and over. So besides my quad, my hip, up into my psoas, everything's getting a nice stretch. And then rest that down. Last thing, other side, taking that pigeon up. Wow, feeling tight. Like I said, hadn't been doing as much. That's why my back was feeling it. And just hold that. If that's enough, stay there. If you'd like, add that nice twist. Get that nice rotation and hold. Breathing into that. And then we're going to go into that hamstring stretch. So foot is on, press back. You can either stay there or you can do a little flex and point. Good, last one, and then bend the knee in, left hand stays down, right arm sweeps up, and get that nice stretch. And good, rest that down, nice. So, I was just looking at the time, seeing how long we'd been, but hopefully feel good. Nice little extra movement through the back in this reformer workout. It's always fun to work out on the machine, although you can do Pilates like you know without it, but definitely fun to be on the machine today. So hopefully you guys will join me in the next one. See ya.